Welcome to another edition of the Coaches Show here at Blue Springs South High School. Jaguars improved to 4-2 last Friday night with a 44-14 win at Lee Summit High School. Pretty good balance last week, offensively and defensively. So, Coach, what'd you see last Friday night?
Well, we needed to play well. We needed to, regardless of the outcome going into this week and after our performance against Rockers, we just felt like that our team just needed to play well, and it felt like that we did that.
Yeah, I remember on the sideline a couple of times after we would score, yelling out to the offensive line that they did a pretty solid job opening some holes for the running game and giving Dalton Brewer a little bit of time in the passing game, and it seemed like there was a pretty good balance this last week.
Yeah, it felt like we were able to execute our pass pro and the running game. I felt like our offensive line had a really good game, and obviously when that happens and you have time to throw the ball and let our guys get downfield and give Dalton some time to see what's going on, as well as we had some big plays in the running game as well.
Yeah, there were no major breakdowns that I recall in any of the special teams, so it's looking like we're starting to get those things figured out. Offensively and defensively, it's still all about executing the game plan, and each week the more the kids learn and the better they do, then you try to give them a little bit more, and I think Lee Summit-wise, it seemed like we were all on the same page and did a pretty good job of executing what you guys have drawn up over the weekend.
Yeah, and that has been one of the issues that we've had, this year. A bunch of new guys not really used to taking a hold of an entire game plan and executing it all on Friday night. But, we've gotten better each week with that, and I felt like Friday night might have been the best that we've done. Now, I probably do need to add that Lee Summit was playing with their backup quarterback, and I think that kid did a nice job in the game. But overall, as far as us, I think that might have been the best game that we've had as far as execution of what we wanted to do.
Yeah, they did play without their starting quarterback, but the young man that filled in did a really nice job, threw some really good football passes on Friday night and did a good job running his offense. We will take a look at next week when we come back from a word from Rod Sports.
Are you ready to show off your Jaguar pride and spirit? Well, there's one place in town that has all the Jaguar apparel to help you out. Rod Sports has everything from Jaguar shirts, bags, hats, and so much more. And right now, mention this commercial, you'll get 10% off your very own South Letterman jacket. That's right, 10% off. Come by today, check out the largest selection of Jaguar gear and apparel. Rod Sports is located at 500 Northwest Artie Mize Road in Blue Springs. Rod Sports is a proud sponsor of Coach Oder Show and Blue Springs South.
Welcome back. This week, the 4-2 Blue Springs South Jaguars will host crosstown rival Blue Springs Wildcats, who are currently 5-1. Not a lot of emotion or hype has to be poured into this game. Usually the community kind of takes care of that, and everyone knows when you're going to play each other on the schedule. But a big week for us. And Coach, what are you looking at this weekend?
Well, Blue Springs is obviously one of the teams to beat in Kansas City this year. They've just been rolling. Now they kind of stubbed their toe against Lee Summit West, but that game could have gone either way. It was a loss in overtime, but they are the same that they are every year. Big and strong, physical up front. They got a really good running game. They execute their pass game very well, and their defense puts a ton of pressure on you.
Yeah, they always do put a lot of pressure on defensively and just kind of overwhelm opponents a lot of the time, and they are, again, a big group of young men. I was looking at the roster just a little bit ago, and it won't be just big this year. I noticed there were a lot of 11s and 10s next to the names of some of those guys that'll be coming back. This week, also the emphasis being the Blue Springs and Blue Springs South game is Community Unity Week. Those activities have been going on now at our high schools, kind of preliminary stages last week, but really kicking them off right now. If you go to Chick-fil-A in Blue Springs this week, you can let them know whether you're a Wildcat or a Jaguar. They will keep track of the sales, and on Friday afternoon they'll shut that down, and whichever school comes up with the most sales for the week, Chick-fil-A is donating 10% of those sales to that school. And what's kind of nice is the Senate from that school will then get to choose what charity in Blue Springs receives those proceeds. So get out and support your Wildcats or your Jaguars with that event. And then during the week, every elementary and middle school is participating in canned food drives, and both high schools are working on canned food drives and coat drives, trying to raise some awareness and also support the Community Services League here in Blue Springs. So we hope you'll make it out Friday night. I think the weather forecast looks pretty good. It's going to be a little chillier than it's been, but it's about perfect football weather. So we are on KSMO this week, so it's a 7:07 kickoff, just a few minutes later than usual. Let you have a few more minutes getting from your parking spot. We hope to see you here at Blue Springs South this Friday night for the Wildcats and the Jaguars. We appreciate it. Thanks.